Okay, looks like we're live. Good morning. I am Chloe. This is Rise and Write. I'm doing something right quick and then I will be actually active. I ran out of time. So, okay. Sorry. Everything's fine. Anyways, welcome to the show. I am Chloe. I am the host today. I'm writing today. I'm actually legit writing a novel today. And by novel, of course, I mean short story, but yay, I have finally moved on to actually writing again. I ended up doing some writing yesterday. It wasn't as much as I wanted to, but I did get some done yesterday. So I am back in the swing of it. I got like 1,500. I ended up doing a game and write. So I got like 1,500 on it. It went well. So, oh my God. Also, I feel like this came up a couple days ago about people leaving low ratings on books that they seem to love. Right now, I have somebody who is systematically working through my entire catalog. The pacing indicates that she is actually reading them and is leaving a 3-star rating on every single book. If you only think my books are worth 3 stars, please stop reading them. And because of how few ratings I have, and also how high my ratings are, that does come into play with the math equation. Every single day, I look at my rating and I see it drop 1/10 of a point or 100th of a point, but it's still like every single day I see that noticeable drop in it. Like, man, please stop. Please stop. So I today am working on the novella for my demon romance. I do have a goal. Ooh, I just made a little bit of money. I do have a goal of getting this finished by the end of the month, which wasn't going to be a problem. What's today? 26? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's still 6 days left in the month. This is a 20,000 word story. Shouldn't be any problem whatsoever for me to finish it. And then today I remembered, I have to get my vaccine. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to write tomorrow. It's only the first one. And I know that the majority of people are having no problems whatsoever with the first one. My dad had to go to the hospital to have his heart checked because he got so messed up on the first one. So I don't know if there's any sort of genetic component or I don't know what goes into play for whether you have a bad reaction to the vaccine or not, but the fact that my dad did have a bad reaction to it makes me a little bit concerned. And yes, Shadow, weird that they keep reading them if they dislike them so much, but actually what it is that they do like them. And for some reason, they feel like 3 stars indicates that you liked it. It's so irritating. But the good news, hey, Coffee, thanks for joining. And good morning, Elizabeth, by the way. I don't think I said that before. But the good news is I've discovered that people who leave shitty ratings on Goodreads that don't seem to have any valid reason for it don't leave ratings on Amazon. I've even had somebody leave me a 2-star rating on Goodreads and a 4-star rating on Amazon. I don't understand what goes on in their heads when they think that they think that Goodreads is a place to leave really bad ratings, but Amazon, you should be leaving good ratings. And I don't even know in a situation like that, like, did they think it was a 2-star or a 4-star book? I don't know. It's not anything that's like really worth stressing about. It's just irritating as I'm watching it happen and watching all of my books tick down just slightly because somebody who thinks they're only worthy of 3 stars keeps reading them anyway. It's the Goodreads rating. It's not, again, as long as it's not the Amazon rating, it's not actually something that I feel like is hurting me. But it's just so weird watching these. And like none of them leave reviews. So I can't even say that it means anything at all. They could just be using that to mark that they read it. Lord knows. Or like, this is where I rate book covers. Who knows? The only low ratings I've gotten, they've given reasons like in their rating. I'm like, okay, from your perspective, I can see why this book was not your cup of tea. I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, oh my God, I just realized what time it was. We need to sprint, y'all. Oh my gosh, I totally lost track of time. So we are going to do the usual 10 to start with, and then 20 from there on out. So let's get this 10 up and going. I will see you guys at 10:19. Ooh. Okay, that's time. Let me know how you did. I am. I had to do a little bit of research there, which hopefully, well, you know what? It doesn't matter for this story. I was going to say, hopefully, so this story is taking place in Jamaica, and there we go. I've never been. I don't know anything about Jamaica, other than like tropical paradise and Kingston. So had to do a little bit on like the geography and what's the correct term for that? Is that still geography? What the like population situation is. And I was about to say, hopefully that what I'm looking at is accurate because this story would it be accurate for what I'm doing because the story is taking place in 1988, 89, late 80s. But like it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. It's a novella from my Demon series. And it takes place in a resort and also in a hippie commune. So this like one line about what's going on there, it doesn't matter how accurate it is. I'm sure that Jamaica in the 80s was the same blend of tropical resorts and congested cities and jungle and like third world that it is now. I can't imagine that was any different in the 80s. Also, I'm back on Scrivener for this. Scrivener 3 is out. In case any of you do not know this, I'm going to be making this announcement for a few of my shows. So if you heard this yesterday and you're hearing this again, just accept that you will be hearing it again a few more times from me. I'm telling everybody because I didn't get any sort of email from Literature and Latte, who I don't think is Literature and Latte anymore. I think they've got another name now. Anyways, I didn't get an email from them about it. And I've only seen like one post per writing group, which were not like big posts. And these are writing groups that have like, you know, dozens of posts a day, so it's easy for one to fall through the cracks. So I've been trying to share the word with people. If you have used Scrivener for Windows in the past, or you are currently using Scrivener for Windows, Scrivener 3, the big update that we've been waiting for eternity and a half, has finally happened. A bunch of people are bitching that it's out of date now because it took them so long for it to happen. But you know what? It happened, and I'm good. It's a lot prettier than Scrivener 1 was. And it's actually got a visual tracking bar at the top of it showing your progress that I could probably jazz up some. But I just discovered this last night. So if you look, let me make this big. This little thing at the top, there we go. That's how I point at things. This bar at the top. So Abe Sees Other Demons is my scene heading, but these two blue bars on it, the bottom blue bar shows is like a target. So you know how with Scrivener, you have like a total, I can show this too. So with Scrivener, you have project targets. You have the manuscript target and the session target. So the top bar here represents the manuscript target where I'm at 2070 of 20,000. That is this top guy. And then the session target is this bottom guy. I'm at 129 of 3,000. So there's just this nice little extra visual aid up here. And obviously when you mouse over it, it gives you the actual numbers. I'm not good with Scrivener. I'm not going to be continuing with Scrivener most likely because it still doesn't have the research tools that I need it to have. But Scrivener 3 is out. It looks a lot better than Scrivener 1. And yeah. Oh, and it's free if you bought Scrivener after November 2017. There is an upgrade button when you start the free trial. You'll hit start free trial, and on the next window, there will be upgrade from earlier version. And if you bought Scrivener one before November 2017, there is still apparently a very healthy discount code that you will get the same way. I didn't actually see what it was, but somebody said that they were really impressed, but with what the discount was. But I'm impressed. I mean, this is 4-year-old. I bought Scrivener. I probably bought Scrivener in November 2017, if not like very soon after. I'm sure it was the Nano 2017 coupon that I used for it. So I have 4 years out of the previous version and they still gave me this one for free. So let's go ahead and get our next sprint going because it is that time and it looks like I'm falling behind of it. And I do have another write-in at 1 o'clock, so I can't lose too much time. So we're going to go for 20 minutes again. Oh, hey, Binary. And Shadow is going to be ready to write this time. And Elizabeth got 322. Oh, the point of all of that was that I had, what was it, 134? Is that what it said at the top of the screen? I had 129 that sprint because of research. Okay. 20 minutes on the clock. See you at 10:46. Okay, that is time on that sprint, and we are gonna make it a point to actually get through the next couple of breaks quickly. Because I do have another show at 1:00. Not a show. I have a Zoom at 1:00, and I need to be able to like eat in between and everything. So I'm gonna up the pacing a little bit on these breaks. I finished a scene there. If I remember correctly, I was at 148 for the last sprint. I'm debating while I do this if I want to set my session targets to be an entire day's goal or if it should just be like my 20-minute goal. For right now, I have the entire day's goal. I think I had like 150 and I'm at 504 now. So I wrote 350, well below what I wanted to be rating there, but I'm still drinking my coffee. This is that first coffee of the day. As I've mentioned before, I'm doing IF, so I only have this one coffee now. This is all I'm allowed because anything more would take me over 50 calories. So I get one coffee in the morning. It's sad. But I'm still working on this coffee. So hopefully once this is done, I'll wake up better. And when I go grocery shopping on Tuesday, I'll probably stock up on knockoff 5-hour energies to replace my coffee to get through mornings. So looking over at comments, Laura has joined us and Rose has joined us. Rose, you only missed a sprint and a part of another sprint. You missed the 10 and then you came in the middle of the first 20. So you are totally fine. I don't know what you are congratulating Laura on. So whatever it is, congratulations, Laura. I mean, I see obviously all of your acceptances, but I don't know what that is referring to. But yay, success in any of its forms. Laura is deciding whether her novel is going to be YA horror or adult horror. It is a cannibalistic creatures abound in a futuristic city. A guy will be taking care of his younger sister after breaking her out of a government research facility. Rose says it depends on the age of the character, which Laura hasn't figured out yet. But he is not fully human, so when he feeds chunks of himself to people, they transform into cannibalistic monsters. So theoretically, a kid could break someone out if they had the ability and stronger than human athletics. Okay. I dig it. I'm not laughing at it. I am just amused by it. So Laura, what I will say then is with YA, I feel like with YA, you should always have some form of coming of age plot to it. Regardless of like what, I know that usually coming of age refers to like a sexual coming of age or a romantic coming of age. It doesn't have to be that, but like your character does have to have that growth of going from a child to becoming an adult. So if you would like that in it, then make it a YA. If you would prefer for them to have some other internal thing happen, because obviously in all books you need some sort of internal growth, but it's a different thing when it's adults doing it. If you do not want your protagonist to start as a child and become an adult, then start him as an adult and make it an adult story. Elizabeth scheduled social media and answered emails. Shadow got a third through the document. Awesome. And Laura had 4 stories accepted into anthologies, 2 per anthology by Ghost Orchid Press. That is awesome. Congratulations. All right, let's go ahead and get our next sprint going. We're going to go for 20 again. It is 10:51, so I will see you guys at 11:11. All right, time is up. I suck. I got distracted. I suddenly got a whole bunch of notifications on my computer, and I ended up going through all those notifications and like watching a TikTok. That's okay. I'm just gonna suffer for it later. I wrote, I don't know. I wrote under 300 words. I'm at 788, and I know that I was over 500 last time, so that was not a good sprint for me. I'm gonna do better next time, I swear. Or in another like week, I'm gonna give up on IF and blame it for all of my problems, and hopefully be alive for April. If that is indeed what the problem is. But you got to figure out what's new. Like I'm usually pretty productive in this time, and I haven't been. And it's probably actually stress, but I'm going to blame it on other stuff. Yeah. What else? I was about to say something else there, and I forgot what it was. Lame. Anyway, so it looks like Laura has decided to do adult as opposed to YA. I support that. It feels like an adult story, but for some reason I want to pigeonhole it into YA. Most of AuthorTube is YA. She's doing adult because she has a super hard time with teenage voice. Yeah, I can't do the teenage voice very well. The one time I've tried to write YA twice. The first time I feel like I got the voice pretty close, but like it was an extremely mature YA. Basically it was a kid who lived by herself and didn't have any like money coming from anywhere else. Her guardian was pretty absent. So that was the first time. The second time I tried to write YA, she was an immortal. They were both technically, he wasn't immortal, but he wasn't a teenager either. They were both from like another realm. And he, in his other realm, had like a wife and kids that had been murdered. So I don't do YA voice either, and I don't blame you for not deciding to do adult, even if AuthorTube is mostly YA. I don't understand the obsession with YA. I've definitely read some good YA, but I don't know. It just isn't. It's not something that really appeals to me that much. Oh, nice. He's going to be a survivalist. I support that. I'm writing the story that I'm writing again, like a good chunk of it takes place in a hippie commune. That's been infiltrated by demons. So they're like trying to explain what's going on here. And they're like, it's a bunch of wealthy first-class people with no survival skills pretending that they have survival skills and failing miserably at it. Rosalind says she could never write YA, that she wrote 5 children's books. That's fantastic. That's sweet. I like that. And Elizabeth, I am so sorry that you've been on the phone with KDP. I have gotten lucky and never yet had to speak to them directly. All of the problems that I have ever had with KDP, I've been able to resolve within a day via email, except for at one point there was an issue with a series page. That just like got really, really complicated for no reason whatsoever. But I still stuck with email for that. And Shadow's up to page 3 of 7 of the edits on his document. Fantastic. Let's go ahead and do our next sprint. Keep that pace going. We're going to go for 20 again. It is 11:17, so that takes us to 11:37. Yes, we'll be able to squeeze in that final sprint and it'd be just north of noon for me, which is what I wanted. So I'll see you guys in 20 minutes. Okay, that is time. We will be doing one more sprint today. What was I at before? 778. I did words this time. So I was at about 800, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, I got about 450 there. So I am starting to get my pace back. And hopefully this hopefully I will have the pace back for the day. And the reason that I was so slow earlier was either the coffee or possibly just it was the beginning of the story. So the beginning is always the roughest. And like right now I'm building this hippie commune. I watched, oh God, what did I do for research? I watched Cocktail to get a feel for Jamaica in the 80s. The whole reason that this story is taking place in Jamaica in the late 80s is because my demon saw the movie Cocktail and decided that he wanted to go to this beach paradise. He had not seen any sort of, he hadn't been to Earth in thousands of years and hadn't been exposed to any modern culture. He is a less demon, and this is the first movie he's ever seen. And in Jamaica, of course, everybody is walking around in string bikinis, and he's like, I want to go there. So that's why it takes place there. It turned out Cocktail actually didn't spend that much time in Jamaica. I discovered that the hard way by watching the movie. It is terrible. It's okay. But so I tried to find stuff that had hippie communes in it. I feel like there are tons of movies and TV shows that spoof them, but the only thing I could find was an episode of My Name is Earl, which it did help, but I'm definitely winging a bunch of it right now. So I feel like that was also part of why my pacing was slow earlier, was because I was trying to figure it out. And now it's kind of moved into dialogue and people living their lives, and a school teacher teaching children that airplanes fly the same way that ribbons on sticks fly when you run around in circles. It is supposed to be ridiculous. That's not how airplanes fly. It's a joke. This is a funny novel. So Elizabeth got a bunch of, there we go. Got a bunch of tedious stuff done during that one. I understand. I am writing now, but I was stuck in tedious land for the last 2-3 days. 3, 4, gosh. I was updating back matter and a bunch of other stuff, and like obviously having to re-upload all of the files and that whole nightmare. So, and reformatting. That was the big one. I was going through stuff that I had published like a couple of years ago when I was still trying to figure out how to format, and having to fix all of that, and then having to like rewrite a bunch of table of contents because I did a dumb mistake. And yeah, bunch of tedious stuff. I'm back to writing, and I'm happy about that. And Laura was listening to some Korean Halloween music, Dracula the Musical and the MV Voodoo by VIXX or VIX. I don't know how they say it. Either way, I'm going to have to check this out because I want to know what Korean Halloween music sounds like. But we have one more sprint, and we're going to go ahead and do that one more sprint now. And hopefully that will get me at a good place for the rest of the day. And then I can have lunch and then do my Zoom writing meeting and then go get a vaccine. I'll see you guys in 20 minutes. Okay, that was time, and unfortunately, that was the end of the show. I'm sorry, Helene and Hannah. I will be back. This is my last show of the week. I'll be back Monday at 4 p.m. and Wednesday at 8 p.m. and then Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday at 10 a.m. So that's my usual schedule. I call it a day at noon, my time. I am Eastern time. I probably should have said that before. So my apologies. End of show. I did get another, I'm at 1627 now, so I got another 400 on that sprint. I am doing well right now, but I need to go get some lunch. So I hope you guys all got some good work done. Laura, I am going to check out Dracula the musical while I take care of lunch because I'm curious. So thank you for telling me about that. But you guys all have a great day. And I will see you sometime next week, hopefully. Bye, guys.